Hello everyone, welcome to this prediction video on the Mats channel. I'm your host and we will be looking over match day 3 of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023. Let's start with the hosts as they play Equatorial Guinea. Hard game to call, definitely a hard game to call. Ivory Coast have the advantage. I don't know whether Sebastian Haller will be back. He was supposed to be back for the Nigeria game, so I suppose he might be back for this game. They've certainly missed him, having not scored against Nigeria and then maybe only 2 against Guinea-Bissau, which not too much complaints there. And Equatorial Guinea, it's been a great start so far, 4 points in 2 games. Also, these two played each other in the last Africa Cup of Nations where Ivory Coast won 1-0. Revenge will definitely feel sweet if Equatorial Guinea can get the win and top the group. Whilst Ivory Coast, they do need to win here. I think this will be a close game, a very close game, but I'll say Ivory Coast just about does it 2-1. And Guinea-Bissau versus Nigeria, well, Guinea-Bissau haven't done as well as I expected. Against Equatorial Guinea, they definitely could have got a result, but they made too many individual errors for the goals that they conceded. And Nigeria, well, they're unpredictable. They were definitely a mess before coming into this competition. Get a draw against Equatorial Guinea where they could have easily won or lost the game. Despite Victor Osimhen missing a big chance against Ivory Coast, Nigeria are able to come away with a 1-0 win. This is a hard one to call. But I'm going to say Nigeria get a 2-1 win. I was also contemplating 2-2, 3-2 Nigeria, maybe even a Guinea-Bissau win. But this is a hard one to call, so I'll say Nigeria get a slender victory. So let's go to Group B. Mozambique versus Ghana. This is a hard one to call. In fact, I'll go to Cape Verde versus Egypt. This is a game where Egypt need the result more than Cape Verde do. They've had a perfect start, Cape Verde. And no Mohamed Salah for this game. I'm not sure how they'll set up, whether they'll go more defensive or something similar to their normal attacking play. I think they've got more quality here. I think they've got enough physicality, players that can score from set pieces. This game, I'm gonna say it's be a 1-0 win for Egypt. I think they'll keep it tighter. They'll be attacking, but there's something about them. I'm gonna say they'll get a 1-0 win. They're the stronger team, I'd say, and also they need the result more. And Mozambique versus Ghana. This is a hard one to call. Mozambique almost beat Egypt, but then got a bad loss to Cape Verde. And Ghana, in that last game against Egypt, they could have won, and Mohamed Kudus was definitely a key player for them getting the result, but they made some errors where they conceded the goals. People blamed Inaki Williams for that first goal that he conceded to Egypt, but at the same time, Adoy could intercept the mistake before Egypt score. This is a hard one. Do Mozambique have the same clinical players that Egypt do? I don't think so. Having Kudus helps as well. I am going to say Ghana will win this 2-1. Now let's go to Group C. Guinea versus Senegal. Senegal, best team of the tournament so far, I would say. And Guinea, they've been effective so far with the draw against Cameroon and the win against Gambia. Nothing special. Senegal, I don't imagine they'll go full strength. And I think even if they did, Guinea will definitely try and hold them down for a result, which a result will guarantee them second place anyway. Close, but I'll just go 1-1, even though I think Senegal are capable of going 3 out of 3. And now Gambia versus Cameroon. Both sides have been underwhelming. I think Cameroon at least show some glimpses that they can get results here, so I'm going to say that they win this one. I'm going to say 2-0. Now on to Group D. So Angola versus Burkina Faso. This will definitely be an interesting game. Angola, I'm interested to see how they do against Burkina Faso, and I'm also interested for vice versa because Burkina Faso needed a penalty to get the win against Mauritania, but at the same time, they're more clinical against Algeria. Angola, on the other hand, it's the opposite. They needed a penalty to salvage something against Algeria, even though they played a good second half, and whilst they were more goals galore against Mauritania, I think this is a close game. I would say Burkina Faso have the better chance, but I'm going to say this game ends in a draw. And Mauritania vs Algeria, well, Algeria have to win, and they're up against Mauritania, who have done all right so far in this competition. Baghdad Bounedjah's been the best player for Algeria. If they were up against one of these other opponents, I'd be worried for Algeria, but because they've probably got the best opponent available to them, I'm gonna say that they'll get a good result here. I'll say 3-0, which actually does put them top of the table according to my predictions. Group E, where South Africa have beaten Namibia 4-0. We'll start with their game against Tunisia. Well, Tunisia, bad start against Namibia. They did better against Mali. Draw, I would say, was a fair result. They struggled to get through the centre of Mali's midfield, but out on in the wide areas, I thought they were good. And they're up against South Africa, who responded well to that first defeat with a thumping 4-0 win against Namibia. It's definitely easier to say South Africa a win because of the head-to-head against Namibia. I feel like Tunisia have woken up a bit, but when you acknowledge that South Africa result, it's got to be a close one. I think Tunisia just about get a 2-1 win. Namibia versus Mali. Well, that game against South Africa didn't affect my thinking too much. Namibia can't really afford to lose at all. A draw could be a good result, but at the same time, being on a -3 goal difference is a bad sign. Mali have been very good in the centre of midfield. I think they're going to dictate the game, and I think they'll get a 2-0 victory. Finally, let's go to Group F. Let's do Zambia versus Morocco first. Morocco, for a great start against Tanzania, they draw to DR Congo, which I think Morocco did do well, and whilst they can be disappointed not to get the 3 points, I don't think they did very much wrong, to be honest. And Zambia, almost nothing went right in that game against Tanzania. It was the game they had to win. Patson Daka missed a good chance in the first half. Then Tanzania exploit a error made by Zambia and score. And then Zambia go down to 10 men, which I think the second yellow card was soft, but it definitely hurt Zambia's chances. Chances were missed by Zambia, and then Patson Daka does get an equaliser, and I'm thinking, go straight back to the corner flag. Why are you celebrating? You need the win. But it's do or die for Zambia, and I think even if they draw, it might not be enough. Well, of course it will be enough if they can get more goals than DR Congo if that's a draw. But if they draw each game and finish third, then that might not be enough, because there are teams in various other groups that can potentially get 4 points. They've got to go for it. Morocco do also need a result to confirm top, or they might even need to win. Morocco is certainly the better team, but I don't necessarily know whether they're going to walk this. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Morocco. And Tanzania versus DR Congo. I'm going to say DR Congo win this 2-0. And they're my predictions overall. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Which game are you most looking forward to? And which group do you think is going to be the most exciting to watch for match day 3? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And until next time, see you in the next video.